Well, I like to say welcome to my kitchen. I am Terry, and I am the author and co-author of Cooking Thai with Terry. My daughter and myself put it together. So I want to show you a really easy dish that's so simple to put together, okay? So let's get started. So I use olive oil, just put a little bit in the bottom, just enough to get it hot and sizzling. My husband loves the chicken cooked first, and then everything else put in it. Sometimes I put it in raw. Just because I love my husband, I'm going to do this first. I'm going to take the chicken and I'm just going to put it into the pan. Hear that sizzling sound? It's nice and hot. And we're just going to brown the chicken for just a few minutes. So you can see it's starting to brown nicely. I'm just going to take it off the pot, leave the oil in. I'm just going to put it down into this here for just a few minutes here. Now I'm going to take a couple of tablespoons of curry, and it's really up to you how hot you want it. My kids love it super hot, so I'm going to put in about, I would say, 2 tablespoons of curry, and you just cook it a little bit, fry it, and then you add a little bit of coconut milk. Now coconut milk, you can buy it in Superstore, you can buy it in Walmart, you can buy it in different places. Safeway has it, but I'll tell you the best price I've seen so far has been Walmart. So you just give it a minute or two. Let's see it separating. All right, so now I'm just going to add the chicken. And just coat the chicken and let it fry just for a minute or two. And you kind of see it separating a bit. You can see more oil and less coconut. It's kind of clinging to the chicken. It's very, very nice. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add more coconut milk because I love coconut milk. It's awesome. So you get the coconut milk in here and you add just enough and you just let it boil gently. Now you can also get, these are like a Thai squash you can get. Sometimes Superstore has it, but I have used zucchini, I have used eggplants, it's fine. Now you cook it just long enough till the vegetable itself is done. So it's a very easy dish, very simple to make. This is a wonderful leaf. It smells like lemon. It goes very well with that. So what I've done is I sliced it. You just slice it down the middle and just take out the stem if you want to. Or you can rip it by your hands. And so what this does is adds another fragrance into this. Now whatever you do when you are boiling it, do not put a lid on it. You put a lid on it, it separates it. And then you get this thing that looks like it's been curdled. And so keep the lid off, just let it simmer. If it looks like it's going down a little bit, just add a little bit of coconut milk. Now as you get down to countdown and your vegetables are quite soft, what I do is I take some lemon juice, if you want to put a kick to it. It's a wonderful, just add just a bit of lemon juice. I got half a lime here actually. I call it lemon, but it's actually lime. Now they do use fish sauce, they use it for salting your vegetables. I'm just going to put just a little bit in. We'll put some kaffir in it, and it just brings out this incredible aroma of lime. See how easy this is? And you can have it with rice. But you know what I found? It's great with spaghetti. You boil up some spaghetti and just use this as a sausage and spaghetti. And just put it in the amount you can handle. Now this kaffir stuff is really nice. If you can get it fresh, great. I know that the Asian market sometimes has it. If it's not fresh, it's in the frozen section. For me, I bought lots of it, and what I've done was I just put it in this package, just flattened out the air, and I'm going to put it in my refrigerator. And last but least, just before it's done, just get some of this really wonderful basil. And just put a few pieces of basil in there. Now just rip it a little bit, just get that fragrance in there going. And just add a little bit. This recipe is found on page 30 in my cookbook. Now sometimes if it's a little bit too hot, what I do is put a little bit of sugar in. So I'm just going to put a tablespoon or so of brown sugar into it. And it helps with that kick that you get out of the chilies and the paste. So this makes an excellent dish. It is so easy to do. I dare you to try it and let me know how it went with you. I like to hear your side of the story. Well, I'm so glad you joined me today into my kitchen and that learning how to cook green curry. It is such an easy dish. You can do it. And you'll find the recipe actually on page 30 in my cookbook called Cooking Thai with Terry. This book has an interesting story. It started probably just a little over 4 years ago. I'd go to Canada and I'd always cook Thai food for all my family and friends. And one of my girlfriends, Luann Kaniski, said to me one day, you know, you should really put this in a book. And I'm going, I'll think about it. But this little thing, it's just a little cookbook, but it took me 4 years because in the mission field, we share all the equipment and everything and share the computers. And so I had my cookbook erased twice out of my cookbook. But so the last year, I said to my sweetheart, Al, I said, honey, you got to really help me. I've got to get this cookbook done. It's been 4 years in the making. I've got it twice erased. Help! And he says, okay, if I could put my 2 bits in it. So he printed it out, and you find on this page here, in the very beginning of the cookbook, it says Al's 2 bits. So basic, it's his opinion and his Jeep. And so I couldn't change anything on it, so it's Al's 2 bits. But he helped me get this done. My heart is to see the women in Asia being touched by the Lord, not just to be homemakers only, but that is a very important ministry, but there's things that they've given to, God's given gifts into these women's hearts. And so with this cookbook, I've been using it to promote and to do women's conferences in Asia. And it's a great book. I don't want you just looking at the cookbook. Read the heartbeat of the book. It shows pictures of women. It shows pictures of things that we're doing in the jungles, out of the jungles. Look at this, great picture. Us up in northern Thailand with over 200 women. And for the very first time, them being ministered to like that in such a powerful way. So if you're interested in helping out in any way, just go ahead and order the book online, Cooking Thai with Terry. And you know, when you're dipping into this sauce, and your mouth is watering, whether you put it on rice or you put it on spaghetti, but you know, while you're dishing it out, I want you to think about the women in Asia, and I want you to pray for us, that God moves across Asia, that touches the hearts of many, many women. And I just want to thank you again for being in my